Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to day 3 of Step into the Power of Your Life. This is day 3 of Step into the Power of Your Life. And today we are talking about a very important topic for many, many people, which is about how to manifest more time and more money. So this is a free 5-day series. If you're following today for the first time, just so you know, we're meeting every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. If you've missed the first 2 videos, make sure you go back and watch them because everything is accumulating and building. And on Friday in the masterclass, which is only on Zoom, we're going to go deeper into all of this. So make sure you sign up for that and you'll get a link so you can join us on Friday. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michelle Boulay. I am a transformational, I love transformation, life coach, a healer, and a dancer. And everything I love to help people do is related to figuring out exactly who you are, exactly what you're here to do, and exactly how to make that happen. Because I believe that that is where our deepest joy and life satisfaction comes from. And what are we here to do? Live a beautiful life. So here we are on day 3, manifest more time and money. I want to start with money first. And uh, what I love about this is kind of floating in my field and people I had been working with, talking to, is the song More Money, More Problems, Biggie, that song. And there is truth to that. There is truth to that. If you bring more money into your life, you will have more problems. But I want to give you a reframe on that and add a few more words, because a lot of people actually do want more money. Money is a resource we need to be able to learn, to grow, to create the things that we want to create. So it serves you to figure out who to create it. So let's add a couple more words to mo money, mo problems. Here you go. Mo money means mo better problem solver. You have to become a different version of yourself, a better problem solver. I did an interview on the Embodiment podcast last year and got asked this question about money, and it came to me in that moment that money asks me to evolve. It asks me to form a different relationship to resources, to myself as a creator and a resource, and it asks me to grow. And guess what? Like I said on day 1, growth is what we're here to do. And as my mentor has liked to say, if you're not growing, you're dying. And if you're stepping into the growth that you want to have happen in this life, you're probably going to need more resources to make that happen. Either someone else's money or your own money. So to be able to learn how to manifest that is a skill that you can use for life, and it's incredibly empowering. So again, well, let me say it like this. More money will mean you have to deal with more in your life. The very first thing I read, the first book I read on money, the one thing I noticed was like, oh, you will have more to deal with. That's what I remembered. But the reframe on this is that we're not going to focus on the problems. I want to encourage you to focus on the possibilities and what you're gaining. If you're focusing on the opportunity that learning how to make more money brings to you, you become the person. You allow yourself to grow. You allow yourself to face the challenges that will come or will happen as you go for that growth. It's just like, everyone can understand this, right? You go to the gym, maybe. I kind of just started, I like go in and out of those weight machines. It's like, okay, 10 pounds on the weight machine. Okay, 20. It requires growth. I have to become a stronger person. So having more money will ask you to grow in a different way. And we're focusing here on the gifts that it is going to give you. Maybe a higher quality life, an ability to study the things that you want, an ability to invest in the things that you want, an ability to give in the way that you want to give, to create your art, to create your projects, to create your business, whatever that is. A person needs to learn how to have a healthy relationship to the resource of money to be able to do that. So, two very important points I want to share here about this. And first, I'll give you a little Dr. Seuss rhyme that I created, Dr. Boulay rhyme. Remember what I talked about on day one, that your paradigms are what are running the show most of the day. All the belief systems you learned until you were 7. So when you want to grow, you have to overcome those paradigms. So here's my rhyme. The paradigms are running the show the majority of the day unless you learn to think in a new way. There you go. The paradigms are running the show the majority of the day unless you learn to think in a new way. So instead of looking at money as this thing that's going to give you a ton of problems, look at it as an opportunity for you to grow, for you to serve in a different way. So here's the 2 points. 1, you must clear up all negative associations you have with money. Money does nothing in terms of, it's not beating you over the head or like pushing you down. It's the way that you are relating to money. If you're living from scarcity, if you're living from fear and judgment around money, that will grow. It's been, the first book I picked up is probably like 15 years ago, but it's been a number of years that I've really been studying this, and more recently, the spiritual process of prosperity, of becoming the personal growth it takes to step into a higher level, a higher version of yourself. So let yourself take a look at what negative associations are you attaching to money. Because if you say you want more money, but some part of you believes that money is bad, people with money do this, there's not enough money, you will never have enough money. You won't be able to bring it into your life. You won't be able to be in that circulation. And as many of you know, I am a dancer. That is my background that I bring, and I bring that into my coaching and my healing work. And what motivated me to understand this more was, as a dancer, I could tell, as a creative being, I could tell when my body was functioning in a way that was in flow, that was circulating. And I knew that I could find more articulation, more expression, more possibility when I was in that space of circulation. So I started to look at that in other areas of my life. And one of those areas was money. Is my life circulating in my finances? And I could feel, I'm also an energy worker. I could feel that it was stagnant. And I know stagnation causes disease, it stops growth. So I knew that was the place for me to learn and grow and study. And as I've said earlier in this video, it asked me to evolve. So, point number 1, clear up any negative associations with money. It is okay to need it, to want it, to step into that circulation. Point number 2 is you must understand the law of cause and effect. If you want to bring more money into your life, it's not just a snap of your finger. It doesn't fall from the sky. This is the evolve step. You have to learn, again, become the person who learns how to receive the money through giving something, through offering something. Money doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from a product or a service that you're offering, a clear strategy to bring it about, putting yourself out there. Go back to video number 2, calm that inner critic. Go back to video number 1, clear up the confusion and indecision, and get to your clarity around your relationship to money and what you're here to do. Because again, it will require resources. Food, shelter, Air and water we pretty much get for free, but food and shelter, those come from the resource of money in the world that we live in today. And it doesn't come from nowhere. So when I'm working, especially with business owners and entrepreneurs, or even people who are employed in jobs, it's really important to realize this, that you are the creator of the possibility, of the potential, and you have to take steps to put yourself out there, to make your product known, to ask. One of the biggest things, in making money is you have to learn how to ask. You have to learn how to value yourself. You have to learn how to be okay with rejection. And I say that for all of you business owners out there, because that's one of the beautiful things about learning how to make money as a business owner, is you learn how to not stop when someone says no. And your success happens when you're able to choose that over and over and over. Something externally is saying no. That's not a sign to stop. That's a sign to tune in, to keep growing, to look at your strategy again. Is something missing? And continue forward. Because as I said on day one, failure happens only because a person agrees with a reason to quit. Only because a person agrees with a reason to quit. So our 2 points: clear up any negative associations with money and look at the law of cause and effect. Money doesn't come from nowhere. You have to create something that allows you to give. The more you give, the more you can receive. It's an exchange, and it's a beautiful circulation to step into. Alrighty, let's go to more time. More time is similar, law of cause and effect, but in a different way. This applies to both time and money. This simple statement: if you don't have enough time or money, you usually don't have enough boundaries. If you don't have enough time or money, you usually don't have enough boundaries. I work with people in my private practice and in my monthly subscription program and in my group courses who have huge hearts. They're creative. They have huge passions and desires. They want to help. But a lot of times we have to peel back the layers of that and see, why are you really wanting to help everybody? What is that really coming from? And if it's coming from a desire to get attention on your end, that's when we have to clean it up, because then it's like, that's an unhealthy, let me do something so they like me. Let me do something so they accept me and love me. And everyone goes through this. We all are seeking connection and love and approval. And there's a maturity process in learning how to work with that in a healthy way. And one part of that maturity is you start to learn your boundaries. What's a great way to hold a boundary? Say no. Say no. And you'll hear that from people who achieve success, who are really able to focus in on something. They learn how to shut everything else out that is not a part of that vision or that goal, so they can focus on the thing that they are here to do. And guess what? You say no, and all of a sudden, you have a lot more time on your hands. You're not taking care of this person's thing or that person's thing, or trying to, bring peace to everyone else around you. You realize that starting with bringing peace here inside of you is one of the greatest gifts and one of the greatest skills you can learn to show up as your best, most authentic self. So you don't end up depleted every day, depleted in your energy, depleted in your bank account, depleted in what you can give to the people you love, your partner, your kids, the friends that you have. This is a skill that a person needs to learn, how to say no. And there are questions that you can ask. I don't have time to get into those today. We may touch on those on Friday, to help you make decisions around creating these boundaries. And the last thing I'll say about this is your priorities need to be clear. Again, what are you here to do? What I talked about yesterday. You are here to give something unique, to express something unique. That is part of your purpose. And your job is to figure out what that is and tend to it like a boom. I want to say a bad word, but I'm not going to. You're just going to like get in there and do everything you can to make that happen. Some people might call it selfish, but it is one of the most generous and generative things you can do, to know who you are, what you're here to do, and to set up the containers to make sure that you are serving that and you're not taking care of everyone else. And then all of a sudden it's like 11 p.m. and you're like, oh my God, I did not have a second for myself today. Or, oh my God, I didn't even do that thing I said I was going to do. It's sneaky the way that your time can get erased. And I do that with people. I will like look at their calendars. Really, I do it with myself. I have to study my calendar and the way I'm prioritizing things so I can let myself move forward. And that's a skill. It takes time. So, closing up, yeah, no is a complete sentence. That's a good one too. Learning how to say no and learning how to tune into what is truly important to you. What are you here to do? To experience, to give, to have. And when you're clear on that priority, it's so much easier to close down the extra browser windows, to take that pile of crap in your house and just get rid of it, because all of that clutters your time, your energy, and your focus. So we're going to call it a day today for Manifest More Time, More Money. Go back and review this one. Make sure you are signed up for Friday's masterclass again, because we're going to be only on Zoom. I'm giving away 2 amazing prizes on Friday. So you want to be there live to be able to be part of that. Share this with a friend if you think it could help them. I think there's a lot of value in this. I'm really excited about sharing this. So tag someone, forward this link to someone, share it, show up on Friday, sign up for it. I'm also going to be sharing a couple ways that you can continue doing this with me beyond these 5 days. So make it an awesome rest of your Wednesday or whatever day you're watching this, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Ding. Oh, ding. Close up on Facebook. Bye, everybody.